adolescent health during the pandemic and after. So, from then till date, there has been no looking back. Every single week, we have come up with a new topic with more exposures and discussion seeking relevant solutions and ways to understand and cope up with the problems. Webinar gave us a digital platform, and through it, we were able to touch the various domains such as health, education, road, safety, and so on. And also, we celebrated national and global days digitally. We have been fortunate and grateful enough to have with us our esteemed panel of speakers and guests for all the sessions, right from eminent doctors, teachers, principals, social workers, psychiatrists, psychologists, nutritionists, sport personals, artists, very popular actors, and other strong personalities, and the list is never ending. We had them all in our platform, and all these influential personalities have helped us learn and understand things like appropriate behaviors resulting due to the whole COVID situation about health, immunity, mental health and well-being, maintaining COVID appropriate behaviors, Swachhta action plan, new education policy, and so many more important and relevant topics for the time.
Right, Aliza. And not only that, we were not only restricted to our weekly webinars. At the time when the second wave has hit us hard and we were all shattered, Sharp decided to introduce Avalam, a week-long marathon of webinars. The event was organized to support and keep every one of us together as we sailed through the second wave of the pandemic. And we could influence thousands of people through it, and we are so positive about it. Online counseling sessions, fun activities, Zumba sessions, communicative conversations with Arjun awardees, and listening to the life experience of renowned celebrities. We at Sharp have been trying our best to provide a wide variety of experience for our dear attendees and bring a positive impact in their lives. All in all, it has been a long, overwhelming experience for all of us, and we are really hopeful to continue our journey and take it to new heights. So now, without making further ado, I want to give you a brief about today's webinar. We will have our webinars in two segments today. At first, we will have our first expert, Ms. Swarleen Kaur, followed by ma'am. We'll invite over our our very special attendees who will have shared a very consistent journey with us and throughout these webinars, and there we will get to know their impactful stories, and each of them will speak for about 3 to 5 minutes. The second segment of the webinar will be moderated by my colleague Shivani, and she will be there will be an interesting conversation with none other than Abu Malik sir, who is a music composer, and we all have seen him in Big Boss. Followed by it, we will have our very awaiting musical event, Jashn-e-Shaam, with our very talented singers, Harsha, Iyer, Ayaat. So, everyone, please stay tuned to enjoy our 50th webinar celebration till the end. Also, not to forget, you are most welcome to ask away all your questions during our expert discussion with Ms. Swarleen Kaur and Abu Malik. And two sharpest questions of the day gets the chance to win Sri Nari gift vouchers worth ₹500 each. Also, because we are celebrating our 50th webinar today, there is a special surprise for all of you attending it. And more details about it you could find in the chat box. And also, for further details, stay tuned until the end. Now, without making any further ado, I am delighted to invite over Ms. Swarleen ma'am. Backed by 18 years of experience, Ms. Swarleen is a passionate and devoted youth personality development coach and trainer, international speaker, and author of a beautiful book named Good Vibes Make Good Lives. Ms. Swarleen is admired for her inclusive leadership style and has worked with various schools boards. Talking about her achievements, Ms. Swarleen have many achievements under her name, but to name a few: state level champion for impromptu speaking, international speaking, public speaking championship, National Excellence Award by All India Radio are just to name a few. Ma'am, it's really a pleasure to introduce you to our webinar today, especially the 50th webinar. And along with everyone else, I'm really looking forward to hear from you about your journey and what you have to share with us today. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shaheen. It was lovely to have you giving my introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really delighted and honored to be here today with the Sharp NGO, and the kind of work that they have been doing has really mesmerized me and given me a thought that, people are still there working for the cause of goodness. They are there to make others happy. So all my good wishes to the Sharp NGO, and also that we look forward that you grow and multiply with every coming time. Well, I would just start with a lovely story. A man was walking in the park one day when he came upon a cocoon with a small opening. He sat and watched the butterfly as it struggled to force its body through the little hole for several hours. Then it seemed to stop making any progress. It looked like it had gotten as far as it could. So the man decided to help the butterfly. He used his pocket knife and snipped the remaining bit of the cocoon. The butterfly then emerged easily, but something was strange. The butterfly had a swollen body and shriveled wings. The man continued to watch the butterfly because he expected at any moment the wings would enlarge and expand to be able to support the body, which would contract in time. Neither happened. The butterfly spent the rest of its life crawling around with a swollen body and deformed wings. It was never able to fly. What the man in his kindness and haste did not understand was that the restricting cocoon and the struggle required for the butterfly to emerge was natural. It was nature's way of forcing fluid from its body into its wings so that it would be ready for flight once it achieved its freedom. Yes, you got me right. Sometimes struggles are exactly what we need in our lives. If we were allowed to go throughout our life without any obstacles, we would be crippled. We would not have emerged as strong as what we could have been, and we could never fly. History has shown us that the most celebrated winners usually encountered heartbreaking obstacles before they triumphed. They won because they refused to become discouraged by their defeats. As an underdog, by the way, this is how people thought of me when I went to my International Public Speaking Championship 2019. To everyone's surprise, I emerged as a winner. That day, all the urges and desires became stronger. They came out with a greater force, and this win showed me my first way from being a teacher to a speaker, to an author, to an entrepreneur, and to be an international speaker. Things started to fall and follow. Recognized as the best communication coach, not only by Indian radio channel, but also at national news channel, I have so many moments to cherish and talk about. But there's an incident closest to my heart. Let me take you today through my story of being nowhere to somewhere. The thunderous clap of the audience pulled me back to the times, and the words echoed in my ears like a loud drum beat. "Do you think you can reach anywhere without my help?" said my boss. He wanted me to work for him and be subdued and quiet as a goat, always mute. But the yearning in me wanted to open its wings, unlike that butterfly, and wanted to soar high like an eagle. When I got married into an influential family where working daughter-in-laws was a complete no-no, I had neither the guts to disobey anyone in the family nor I wanted to leave my ambitions and hopes in the muddy pot. But as they say, it never rains, it always pours. My in-laws were diagnosed with several and severe diseases like Alzheimer's and cancer. And after a lot of suffering, they left us forever. Soon after that, as I said, it never rains, it always pours. We had a catastrophic fire at our workplace. But in addition to that, I had 2 miscarriages. My husband went into depression, and I did not know what to do, where to go. Soon I realized these challenges had come into my life not to make me weak, but to make me a stronger, a better, and a more mature person. The problem is that all too often, you might find yourself faced with some challenges over and over again. And then that's when you start to lose motivation to face the issue and lose the sight of potential lessons. At that point, challenges can become problems that can spiral you into despair, frustration, depression, dullness, desolation. As a co-creator of your own reality, you have the ability to overcome these challenges. It is with a sense of responsibility and awareness that you can begin your journey into a higher state of consciousness where challenges are no longer challenges, but opportunities to get a glimpse of your highest self. Trust me, your challenges are just like that potholes in the road. You've got to be careful, cross them. If you're traveling in a train, remember, every station is not your destination. You've got to stop at the station. Your challenges are those small stations that will hinder your movement for some while. But then you've got to reach to your destination. And that's what I did. I gathered my scattered pieces and my bits and began to crawl. My journey restarted as an educator. For long 18 years, I taught as PGT English. But what changed me and my destiny was that one moment when I won my International Public Speaking Championship 2019. There was no stopping. When I reached back to school, people welcomed me with open arms, and that's where the new journey as an entrepreneur began. I thought I was almost in the rising state, and I had started to acquire what I wanted. Just when I resigned from the school and opened my organization, the Talk Room, the first step that I had taken, lockdown happened. And I felt as if somebody had blown a hammer on my head. But trust me, I was upset for some time. I was in despair for a few days, but I wasn't broken. Just like a phoenix that rises from its ashes, I did the same. For a couple of months, I struggled to make a mark on this world, which became possible in November. April, I opened my talk room. November, with my 3 soldiers, which are a part of my life, part of my soul. I hope you want to know them. I cannot live without them. Well, they are the 3 Ds of my life. My dedication, my desire, and determination. I did my first international summit with 10 countries, 2,000 registrations from students, 70 panelists across the globe, and with a reach of 3.5 lakh people. And all this I did single-handedly. This made a large social impact and became the first largest and the biggest online summit in the pandemic times, which continued not for 2, 3, 4, 5, but for 6 good days. People started to take me very seriously as a communication and a personality coach. Why did I tell you my story? It's easy to climb the stairs. What is most difficult is to climb that first step, to take that first step, to make that beginning in your life. It's all right, you will fall, and you must. Believe me, you must. One who has not tasted the failure will not understand how sugary success looks like. In many cases, this is the most important step, the most obvious step, yet it is also the often most missed. People spend time looking for a way around the issue, wallowing in despair at the enormity of the challenge, instead of facing it. Even mundane things like a pileup of laundry or work get ignored. Putting the challenge off doesn't make it go away. Remember that. This is true of big challenges as well as the small ones. The most important thing you can do is face what's in front of you head on. You can ask yourself these questions that help you better understand the problem and how it affects you. Why is this a challenge? Do I believe that I'm capable of being successful at this challenge? What are the possible outcomes if I succeed? What if, and what is the outcome if I fail? These questions are not meant to solve the problem. Rather, they are meant to help you bring full awareness of the challenge itself and your emotional reaction to it. Others can help you arrive at your own understanding. But remember, no one ever solves your problems for you. 99% of motivation lies inside you. It's just 1% that the external factor that will help you. Even in circumstances where someone else is acting as an authority or a partner, only you can decide for yourself. How will you process the situation? The longer you spend searching for the guidance outside of yourself, the longer you spend ignoring the problem. Rather, assess the situation, your resources, your abilities, and then act. Procrastination may again add to, I must say, a harassment to you. Your action may include enlisting help from others, but it will be your challenge to solve. Nobody's going to do it on your behalf. So the sooner you take up the challenge, the quicker it stops being a problem. Challenges are just opportunities to grow. That growth takes place out of potentiality, and your potentiality, trust me, is infinite and highly active in every moment of life. Come to know yourself as that. You are pure potential, experiencing life through what seems like limitation. Don't limit yourself, because challenges are spikes in that imaginary limitation barrier that guide you to awareness. You decide, are you limited, or are you an ever-expansive growth of consciousness and love? Trust me, choose the latter and take another look at that so-called challenge you've been facing. There is a reason why certain challenges seem hard to you while others breeze right through the same situations. It's not because they are better than you. It's all about consciousness. You know what? All throughout our life, our mind keeps on dominating us. It is just like that young colt who can run and is difficult to catch, has no strings attached to it. You've got to hold those strings of your brain. The most important thing a person can do to face those challenges is train your brain. Those who face challenging tasks have found a way to avoid seeing those activities as challenges. Stressing about the potential outcome is often what turns a molehill into a mountain. Once you shift your focus to the thing that you are actually doing, instead of the result, the most intimidating parts of the trial start to disappear. And if you simply perform the task at hand without worrying about the outcome, you have the power over the situation. Some challenges seem enormous and harsh, but if you remain centered and full of awareness, no challenge is too big to meet with power and grace. Can you imagine an elephant and an ant walking hand in hand? Don't let your challenges become an elephant-sized product of your own consciousness. Make it that small ant. It will try to disturb you, disrupt you, but then you know how to throw it away using just one swing of the tail. Be that person who is ready to face it, who is ready to accept it, and tell yourself, oh, come on, Nidhi, I am ready for anything. And when I mean anything, I really, really mean it. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your journey with us. And I simply can't get away without thanking you about the beautiful narration that you have used during while you were telling us your story. I'm sure most of us will take away something beautiful from this story. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm open to questions if anybody has any.
Yes, ma'am.
Couldn't agree more with Shaheen. It was wonderful hearing you out, ma'am. Also, we have some interesting and new key factors for this webinar. So on the celebration of 50th webinar, we are sharing a token of love for all our attendees. All the attendees on the webinar will receive an email with a unique discount code, which can be used one time with a person to avail the offer. So please wait for the emails that will have the information. And over to you, Shaheen.
Yes, ma'am. There has been a question from an anonymous attendee. I'm not sure if we could unmute the person. Team, can we unmute the person? Let's see if we could get him or her. All right, I think I'm going to read out the question to you, ma'am. The question says, what is the reason we held in our mind during the process of learning?
Shaheen, can you please repeat? I lost your voice somewhere.
Ma'am, am I audible to you now?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So, ma'am, the question says, what is the reason we hold in our mind during learning?
All right. See, learning is a process. We all are learners. Every day we have something to learn. It depends how you've trained your mind, how much you're positive about it, how much affirmations you carry for yourself. What is the treatment that you are giving to your mind? That's very important. Once you begin with the journey of traveling in a life that's welcoming all those challenges, the success. Remember, when it comes to success, we try to take all the credit. But if it is a challenge, it's a blame game. Trust me, it is the blame game. Don't do that. I am responsible for my own happenings. I am responsible for whatever I do. If you have that satisfaction, if you have trained your mind in a way where you know, I have to go, I have to walk, I can't stop, everything falls in place. I hope that satisfies.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that beautiful answer once again. Ma'am, there is a question in my mind that I would want to ask, since we have no question from the attendees for now. That, ma'am, you have mentioned about taking that one tiny step to move ahead in our journey. Ma'am, would you like to tell us about how you took that tiny step?
All right, sure. So as I told you, I had to suffer a lot of problems at my domestic end also. And then when I started to move in the professional journey, the first step when I took was at the age of 40, telling myself, you've got to be leaving your job now and start your own thing, wherein you can pursue, give what you've learned all these years with your experiences. That step at that age, helped me to counter my own vision and my own possibilities when I built my talk room. So that was the biggest step and the biggest conversion I did in my life.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that answer. Next up, we have a question from Vinay Pandey. Vinay, would you like to unmute yourself, tell us where you are from, and ask away your query? All right. I think there has been some problem with Vinay's connectivity. Meanwhile, we'll get another question, ma'am. This is from Jia Kanwar. Jia, would you like to unmute yourself and ask away your question? Yes, Jia, kindly unmute yourself to ask your question. All right, ma'am. In that case, I think I will read to you the question that Vinay and Jia has asked. Vinay is asking how to decide an appropriate career path.
All right, that's a lovely question and definitely put it up. Your career path comes in within your desire and the motivation that you have inside to work for that. It is always said, whatever your passion is, if it becomes your profession, passion and profession intermingled gives you a successful life, undoubtedly. Look at what interests you. Look at what you are good at. Look at what is that thing that has turned into your passion, that has turned into, that turns you happy when you are doing that subject or thinking about, I would like to become. Follow your conscience and definitely follow the path of your wisdom and your passion. That's my take on it.
All right, ma'am. Thank you for that answer. Meanwhile, I'll just take one question from the attendee. It is from Ananya Sharma. Ananya, would you like to unmute yourself and ask away your question? Yes, Ananya. I can see you well. You can ask away your question. Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you
Yes.
are.
So my question is that, ma'am, how can you stay so positive? I mean, what is the reason behind your positive behavior?
Positivity starts in your mind again. Train your brain, as I said. It isn't enough feeling, it is a state of mind. It is how you train yourself, tell yourself that I have to be who I want to be. When you've got to, now there are different passages that we go through it. Maybe you are, writing your own affirmations. I do my affirmations daily. Maybe you are writing your gratitude journals. I do that daily. If you start thanking whatever you have in your life, if you give yourself those affirmations, rather than telling yourself, I think I will do it, tell yourself, I am going to do it. Keep on repeating it in your mind, keep on repeating it with your soul, with your, make that intrapersonal relationship so strong that positivity starts to run in your veins just like your blood. So it's a matter of practice, it's a matter of the state of mind. The more satisfied, the more thankful you are, it becomes a practice in your head and heart both. I hope that satisfies.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Meanwhile, ma'am, there are few more impactful stories of our attendees who have been with us all throughout this journey till the 50th webinar. Let's hear from them. I now first invite Astha Mahajan. Yes, Astha ma'am, would you like to unmute yourself and share with us your story?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. First of all, namaskar, Swarleen ma'am. It is really a privilege to hear such kind words, motivating words coming from you, especially in these tough times. I'm really feeling honored to be a part of this webinar because you've motivated us so much, especially during the time we all are in. You're instilling so much of positivity, and that's what Sharp NGO have been doing with their so many webinars, number of series of webinars that I've been attending. I think they are doing a great job indeed, and it's so much of learning, enlightening of souls. I would like to also take this opportunity to wish everyone, Swarleen ma'am also, very happy Guru Purnima. And I think Sharp NGO celebrating their 50th at such an occasion is really auspicious because they are also doing a job like a guru, enlightening our souls with such significant webinars, such enlightening talks by such eminent speakers. And I am delighted I got the opportunity. In fact, I was thrilled when I first won the Amazon coupon for the sharpest question in one of the webinars organized by Sharp NGO. But more than that, I think it's the learning that we all take back from these webinars and pass on to young minds, since we are working as teachers, counselors, and we deal with young adolescents who are the torch bearers for our tomorrow, for the tomorrow of our nation. So I think it has been a privilege. I think Sharp NGO is doing a great job. I wish them all the best to continue doing what they are doing, spreading positivity among so many people through these webinars and getting such insightful topics, such good speakers who are always interactive. And I have never felt that it's only listening to one person. They have been very kind enough to answer as many queries, as many questions they can in this short span of time that we have for these webinars. So Sharp NGO, thank you so much. I hope you continue inviting us to attend these significant webinars, and we continue getting so motivated and enlightened by what you all are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Astha ma'am. It was such a delight to hear from you about us. And to be honest, our webinars are only what it is just because attendees like you who consistently are being a part of it. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Sarbajit Kaur with us. Would you like to unmute yourself? And if you are comfortable, you can come on camera as well and share your story with us. Hello?
Hello, am I
Yes,
audible,
ma'am.
ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You were very audible.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I'm really delighted to have this opportunity to present my views today. My name is Sarajit, and I am a teacher by profession. I have attended the last 5 or 6 sessions on psychological health and mental well-being conducted by Sharp NGO, and I really feel lucky to be a part of these sessions. Without mental health, there can be no true physical health, and this has been proved in this present scenario. These sessions has really helped me to resolve mental health issues of my students and my family as well, that they are facing for the last 1.5 years. Sharp NGO has provided such a platform where I got a chance to virtually meet the renowned personalities from almost all fields. To name a few, Mr. Soumyajit Ghosh, Mr. Adil Hussain, Mr. Mukesh Chabra, and today, Ma'am Swarleen Kaur, who have really struggled a lot and have come this far, outshining others. We have learned a lot from their experiences. We were also able to clear our psychological health issues and doubts from experienced doctors who have really helped many like me to overcome their mental stress during pandemic. They have really motivated us all to be calm and to be patient and to be positive. This series has really provided us all to improve insights on positive psychiatry and mental health approaches in order to enhance our ability to achieve mental well-being. These series, these sessions were really very beneficial. I can see the change in me and my inner self also. We are really looking forward to more sessions like this, ma'am. Thanks once again for this motivation, which is really the need of the hour. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Abhijit ma'am. It was so kind of you I think in details you have told us many things that our webinar has included so far. And thanks to you again for sharing your part of the story. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am. Thank you once again.
All right, so next up we have Arunima Gupta. Ma'am, would you like to unmute yourself and tell about your journey? And
Am I
also,
audible?
yes, ma'am. I'll just like to make a special mention. If we could keep the stories a little short so that we could hear from most of you. It's a kind request. Yeah,
A
ma'am,
very
over
good
to you.
afternoon to everyone present here. I am Arunima Gupta, teacher in Bal Bharti Public School, Rohini, Delhi. I am here to convey my thoughts and appreciation for the webinars Sharp has organized for us over the past year, providing us a platform to learn, share, and network at a time when contact with students and fellow educators was restricted to a bare minimum. At such a time, these webinars organized on a wide variety of topics have both lessened the learning loss and helped the teachers to skill up at the same time. We, as educators, apart from improving our core knowledge, have also learnt about problem solving and counseling and their application in modern teaching. These webinars have enabled us to improve our soft skills and learn more about teaching pedagogy. Numerous topics like road safety, adolescent health, pedestrian safety, school bus safety, school vaccination challenges, and the list is endless, provided a useful insight for all the attendees. In the end, I would like to say that these sessions have been both easy to use and at the same time an effective learning experience. And for all this, I am grateful to the people at Sharp who have made it possible. Looking forward for more such exciting and informating sessions in the times to come. Thank you all once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your part of the story. And it really makes a difference to hear from you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next up, now we have Ramadeep Kaur. Ma'am, would you like to unmute yourself and share your part of the story with us?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. A lovely afternoon to everyone, one and all. Myself, Ramandeep Kaur from Angels Valley School. This is my second seminar by Sharp NGO. I'm really happy and I'm obliged that they have given me a chance to express my views regarding the seminars conducted by such NGOs that help the educators as well as the youth who are the nation builders, who are the strong pillars of our nation. The seminar attended last that was on psychological health and well-being. It really helped everyone in each one of us that gave us thinking that how we should connect everyone and how we should take or help the people who are suffering from stress or due to this pandemic, the situations that has made us think very little, very frustrated and made us prone to negative thinking. So organizations such as Sharp NGO helps the students as well as the educators at large to address such issues and solve them during pandemic. I'm really, I'm really obliged and I'm really grateful for giving me such an opportunity to express my views. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ramadeep ma'am, for sharing your part of the story. And thank you for being a part of Sharp. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Isha Malhotra. who has been our attendee. And Isha, would you like to tell us about your experience with SHARP?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isha Malhotra. I am a student. I feel very glad to be a part of this 50th webinar series by SHARP NGO. I have attended many webinars organized by them and is rewarded e-certificates by them for the same. They put up the current topic for their speeches and debates, which help the youth to connect with them. I am very happy to be a part of it and looking forward for more webinars, etc. organized by them and be a part of it. SHARP NGO do the psychological sessions which are helpful for the school going also. I enjoy attending session at it helped me personally overcome the stress. The topics which are chosen are very relevant and useful for all age groups. Thank you so much.
That was such a sweet message, Isha. It was such great to hear from you, like a young mind sharing his experience with us. Thank you so much. Also, I would like to mention that all the attendees, you can share your experiences with us with the help of the chat box, and we will be most welcome to hear from you. Next up, we have Mohammed Hayat. Hayat, would you like to unmute yourself and tell us about your story, whatever you have to tell us about your experience?
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mohammed Hayat, a student of class 10th, and I would like to avail this golden opportunity to thank SHARP NGO for their wonderful webinar on psychological health and well-being talk in this crucial time of COVID-19. I, as a student, have seen my colleagues and all my friends and roommates. We all are going under a state of depression. We are confused that what would happen next, whether our exams will be held, and what type of education will we be getting. Will we be getting any type of jobs regarding to this, or means good university, college, etc. So means we we are very much stressed also because we cannot move out of our house, and this online studies, it creates a much pressure on our mind. We are just means holding this pressure within us. So this COVID-19, it has led to us to a depression. And at that time, when I came to know about the SHARP webinar through my school, I was very overwhelmed, and I attended that webinar, and I got a chance to talk to the renowned psychologist Anu ma'am. When I talked to her, when I asked her my query, and she dealt it passionately, and she relieved me of my stress and anxiety regarding studies, and I was able to cope up very nicely with my 10th standard. And I listened to the problem of many other people during that webinar, and I made note of it, that how people were undergoing that stress and anxiety during this lockdown and this COVID-19. So basically, so this COVID-19, as it has pushed a lot of people into darkness, the efforts of SHARP NGO to illuminate a ray of hope in the hearts of thousands of people is truly commendable. At last, I would end once again by thanking SHARP NGO in helping me to face the challenges of the present time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hayat. It's wonderful to hear from a young mind like you who is being a part of our webinars. Thank you so much. So up next, I would like to take one more question. Yeah. So yes, up next we'll take one more question for Swarleen ma'am. The question is from Astha Mahajan. Astha, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask away your question.
Thank you again for giving me the opportunity, Swarleen ma'am. I was really listening to you and getting all the positive messages, to guide my students as well who get stuck somewhere while deciding their careers. You said beautifully, that how you shared your story and how you took risk of leaving your job, but there are a lot of people who are not able to take that first step, who somewhere are not that courageous, that's how they feel, or they are not risk takers in life, and that becomes a major obstacle for them, for stopping them from growing. What would you tell them to leave out these fears and be ready to take risks in life? Leaving a job is a big challenge, yeah, so everybody is not ready to take that challenge.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you, Asan. That's a lovely question. And I think many of the students have this question, and not even students, I must say, a lot of professionals and people in jobs, they have this question, how to go about that first step. As I said, the first step is the most difficult thing to do. To take that, to take yourself out of that comfortable zone, to take you out of that cocoon and face the world, because it's easier said than done. I agree with it completely. But then if you have that grit of determination, you have that power to tell yourself, I'm not saying to power to tell the world or to others, this is what I am. First, to tell yourself, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to prove to myself. You are your own competitor. You are not fighting the challenges that world may bring up to you. That comes secondary. How is your interpersonal relation with you? Are you ready for it? Is that confidence so high? Now the question arises, I'm not confident. How do you become that? How do you have that confidence? Confidence is one thing. I must say, self-confidence is one key that can open any locks. Any locks. So if you are self-confident, see, if you're working as an entrepreneur or you are a professional, challenges are both ways. The only thing is, am I ready to take the step? Am I prepared to face the unsaid and the undone? And if you are, trust me, there's nothing that's going to stop you. So you've got to take that first step, rely on yourself, rely on your inner being, and have a great relationship with yourself. Have that traits of self-leadership, that I'm going to make it no matter what. As I told you, I did my summit. Trust me or not, I did the complete summit on one belief: I'm going to make it. That was the only line I told myself every day for 2 months when I was preparing for the summit. And I never expected to have record-breaking things and, Guinness Book thinking of registering us as a summit that was the longest in the online platform. So it is inside of you. If I use a Hindi word here, it's the junoon in you that speaks volumes. If you have that, you'll go any way to make yourself come out of the way. Thank you. I hope it satisfies your answer.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you. It was wonderful. So I'll take the message back to my students. Self-confidence is the key to face any challenge, and all of them must have that junoon. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
You are on mute, Shaheen.
Thank you so much, Astha, for that beautiful question, and ma'am for answering it so well. Next up, we have Rajesh Kumar. Rajesh, would you like to unmute yourself and ask away your question? All right, I think, Aliza, we can take the next question. Okay, so the next question is from Aditi Swati Bajrania. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Can you please unmute Swati and let's listen her question.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I asked you, ma'am, can you please tell your journey to success and the failures you face?
It's going to take a long way and long time, I think. But then, yes, in short, I can say I'm happy to be a self-made person. I'm glad to be who I am today. I'm glad to be how people know me by my name. I'm glad that I could overcome these challenges. Trust me, as success is something that is not stationary, challenges are also a part of our lives. They will never stop. Success to me can mean economics, or maybe recognition, or maybe satisfaction. Success to you may mean something else. Similarly, challenges to me may mean stepping stones, just getting ahead and ahead. And for some, it may mean diving deep into the well. So it depends on you. It has been a long journey, a roller coaster ride for me. From being, as I said, when I said my story, from being nowhere to being somewhere. It took years, it took courage, it took that pains. Everybody sees the kind of success that you've attained. Nobody knows what went behind it. So that there's a lot behind the curtains. So कहते हैं ना picture अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. So that's how life is. It's beautiful. It's the beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. It's on you. What are you looking at? The challenges, all the more, or the success? वो अर्जुन की आंख ने सीधा निशाना देखा था कहाँ लगाना है. Right, yeah, right. So that's where you are. If you know your destination, you will go ahead.
Ma'am, I have a question. Second question.
All right, please ask.
Please tell your journey to.
It's a long journey, my dear.
Time, I think in future ventures we will have Swarleen ma'am once again, where she could tell us about her journey, and please stay connected to us meanwhile for our upcoming webinars. Also, ma'am, there has been an overwhelming number of responses in the chat box. You can check, there are like applause and hands raised up, all telling, and I think they are quite happy to hear from you.
Thank you. I'm equally happy to be here this afternoon. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Ma'am, we'll just take two more questions. One is from Aditi Gupta. Can we please unmute Aditi and take away her questions? Let's see what Aditi has to ask, ma'am. Yes, Aditi. All right, let's take Time. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Time, would you like to unmute yourself and ask away your question? Okay, so ma'am, I'll just read out Time's question, because I think this is a really important question that most of the child and adolescents they suffer from. It is what should we do when people tease us or bullying in such cases, ma'am? Would you like to tell us something about it?
Absolutely, it's a lovely question, and definitely love to take this. See, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे लोगों का काम है कहना. It goes very well in the society. People will make you feel down, let you down when you are rising. People will not accept the kind of goodness that you have in you. People will not accept you for the success you have attained. That's all right. If you are strong from inner being, your inner being is strong enough, you have that courage. They say it is quite unjust to do injustice. Similarly, it is quite unjust to bear and tolerate that injustice. If somebody is harassing you, if somebody is teasing you, be quite clear to speak about this to anybody who is quite confidential to you, maybe your teacher, maybe your parents, or a friend whom you can trust. Why? Because if you will not speak, the other person will take that liberty of growing up his wrong ideas and his wrong dimensions. So it is always good to speak out your mind without any fear. People will be judgmental, but the ones who believe in you, are confident about you, will definitely be on your stride, help you get out of it. And definitely the one who's bullying you, harassing you, teasing you will be punished. On the other hand, teasing can not only be bullying, but yes, teasing can be maybe on the terms of caste, color, creed, racism, anything, or maybe your intelligence as a peer pressure. You've got to understand that you have to take it in a positive stride, talk about it. First, try to solve it at your end. And if you think, the water is coming above your head and neck, you've got to shout. It is always better to shout when you think you've got to save your life. Thank you.
That was beautifully answered, ma'am. And I hope this gives enough motivation to come out of it and speak about it right away. Okay, up next we'll take this last question from Nikunj Sharma. Nikunj,
Yes,
please unmute yourself and ask your question.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'm glad that I can ask my question. Ma'am, I have a question that you said your husband went into depression. How did you handle that movement? Because a person going into a depression is really something.
See, what happens is at times when you are blown down by the turmoils and the pressures of life, as I told you, we lost our parent-in-laws. He lost his sister's husband. Then he lost his traditional business of, say, 60 years that was being carried on. Definitely that catastrophe had to lead that, tensions and ebbs coming out from everywhere. He definitely went into depression. I had 2 infants to take care of with nowhere to go. I was actually desolated for some time. But then, as I said, it is always to rise up like a phoenix who rise from its own ashes. I had to tell myself, either do or die. It was that kind of a situation for me, that if I do, maybe I swim and survive. And if we are dying, let's die a death that's more courageous. So that's what told me, that inner motivation told me that it is good to do rather than just die. So it is important, that it comes from inside again. See, it's all a story. As a personality coach, I can tell you it's all a story of what you are inside, how you have built up your personality. We are all unique in our own cases. At the time of the need, if you are not able to take that stride, if you're not able to handle that position, if you're not able to handle that problem, I'm sorry to say, you have subdued your personality. Your personality only does not depend on how you look, what you wear, or how you talk, how you walk. It depends on how strong you are from inside of you. And remember, all these stress, anger, time, I must say, all these managements, they help you to overcome these situations. So it's your choice. It's a matter of choice, I must say. The better, stronger you are, the better you can find it and solve it in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
My pleasure.
That's again lovely from you, ma'am. I think there is so much positivity, and like your book says, good vibe. There's good vibe all around, and I could at least I could feel it, and I think most of the attendees who are connected with us can feel it as well. So, ma'am, a very humble request to you: is there any last words from your end to tell us about anything that that you think could impact most of the attendees who are connecting to us?
I'm no one to give an advice, but yes, as from my experiences of life, I can just say, be who you are. Trust in yourself. Be confident. Life will bring you that roller coaster rides in front of you. Don't be scared to get into this roller coaster ride. Get into it. You will then know how beautiful life is. Why? Because the moment you are saved from this roller coaster ride, you understand how beautiful it is to escape death and live life that we have been blessed with. So I think, are the blessed lots by God that we have a beautiful life. If we've got that life, don't take out those negativities, shun off that depressions, and tell yourself, I'm going to make it every day for myself, because every day will come with new tasks, new challenges. Tell your challenges, I am prepared. Tell your problems, you might be bigger, but my God is bigger than you. My solutions are better than what you have for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I could not thank you enough. And on behalf of the entire Sharp team, I thank you so much for being a part of our 50th webinar. And what could be, I think there could be no better person than you to share your journey with us while we are sharing ours. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I loved being here. Thank you, Shaheen. Thank you, Aliza. Thank you, Rupal. I loved being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Same here, ma'am. It was wonderful having you here.
So up next, there is a video to show you about our journey of webinars and give you a glimpse of our venture so far. But before that, there is a special announcement that in the next segment, we will have Abu Malik sir with us, and please stay tuned till the end, because at the end also we have a little musical surprise for all of you. So now, can we have the video, please?
More reasons for us to have this conversation and make sure that our future.
We also saw that speeding was one of the highest cause of fatality.
So 34% children with special needs are out of schools, and as far as girl child are concerned,
disability is basically to assess the brain function. और उसका सिंपल सा तरीका है कि आपको जो भी एक्सीडेंट विक्टिम या जो भी क्रैश विक्टिम मिल रहा है उससे आप सिंपली पूछिए व्हाट इज
lunch time as well as the washroom. They are the potential source of infection. If you are able to sanitize them and you see the hygiene and other sanitary aspects of that, then
so my weight is 65 kg idle weight. So my protein intake will become 65 grams.
Each to make their own recipes and get involved in preparation of the food.
We have crossed 50% above both the sides, whether it is 2 and 3. Mothers who had.
and when the caregiver is with the patient, he or she should wear triple layer mask properly, as has been told by Dr. Neeraj.
So wellness is a full integration and the pursuit of continued growth and balance in these 7 dimensions.
Cotton mask. There's an entire direction of how to put a double mask, like what the layering process is. If you're putting an N95 mask, then you are supposed to put what.
So it's really important to do some kind of exercise in your life.
It doesn't happen in a day. It's going to take, like if you keep pushing the same direction over and over again, eventually it will happen, but it will take some time. Especially the infrastructure also, it's been improved.
Probably because I have like a lot of support from my family, and of course I was extremely busy with training. I had like a structure.
It's one of the coldest countries in the world, and if that happens, what happened a few days ago, what is going to happen to India?
So when I figured out what to do in life, I never planned to become a casting director. It just happened, and I thought, let me grab this opportunity, let me give my best to this job. Then I took it, and
Thank you so much. That was a glimpse of our journey of our 50 webinars that we are celebrating today. And now a very special surprise for all the attendees who shared their part of the story with us. All of you will be given a surprise gift voucher sponsored by Sri Nari as a token of appreciation and gratitude. So congratulations to every one of you. Up next, the next segment starts now. And Shivani, over to you. Please take away this next segment. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shaheen. Thank you so much, Aliza. And thank you so much, Ms. Swarleen Kaur, ma'am. It was such a wonderful session with you. Your stories, the way you answered, it was such a positive vibe coming from you. Thank you so much once again. And a very good evening to everyone. My name is Shivani Bhatia, and I welcome you all to our 50th webinar celebration. And I delightfully extend my gratitude towards all of you for being part of our webinar family. And I hope you all are enjoying learning and getting inspired through our webinar, because we have more things coming up for you. And just like our webinars, with this special 50th webinar, we have tried to impact others' life and ours too, in some or the other way. And today, for our next segment, we have with us another very special guest to inspire us with his story. And those who don't know, that we are going to convert this segment into a podcast, which will going to be available on different platforms soon. And as you all know, the platform is open for the queries. So if you want to ask any question or any query, the platform is open, and the best sharpest question of the day will get a gift voucher worth rupees 500. Now, without any further ado, I invite none other than Abu Malik ji. Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you? Can you see me?
No, sir, we cannot see you. I can hear you, but I cannot see you.
I don't know why is that.
Till then, I give you a brief introduction about Sir. Abu Malik ji is an Indian music composer, singer, actor, and ex-BB contestant. He started his career as a playback singer with different Bollywood movies and made his debut as a music composer with an American film. Sir also has a company called Music Men Malik Entertainment Private Limited, which organizes shows all across the globe. Abu Malik ji has produced and performed shows all around the world with famous Bollywood celebrities, and in year 2017 he has won the Achievement in Excellency Award. Sir, it's so honored to have you among us, and we all were waiting for you so eagerly. And now, yes, we can see you now.
Hi, so nice to talk to you, all of you. It's a great pleasure with you all, and it's lovely to be connected to all. I know these times are very difficult, and in these difficult times, we are facing things the way we can, the best we can. I admire the country, the people of the country who actually stood up and fought this pandemic so bravely, helping others on the way, and that is what makes our country great. And on that note, let us begin our evening today.
Thank you, sir. So first of all, how are you, and how have been this time for you?
I've been okay, but unfortunately, in the last 2-3 days, I have a thing going on in the family. My mother had a stroke, and we've been fighting it in the hospital at the moment. And I've just come from the hospital. Unfortunately, it's one of the cases in the family I think everybody faces it. And she's a matured lady. She has lived about 85, 86 years of her life, and we have taken care of her. But unfortunately, she's going through a very difficult time right now.
So we wish for her speedy recovery.
Yeah.
May she get well soon. So, sir, as I was reading your bio, and we all know such multi-talented personality you are. Like, you sing music, you compose music, you perform music. So what is that one thing you enjoy the most among all of these?
You see, while when you start creating music, you just have an empty space. You have nothing in it. You just have a tape or a hardware and a disc and things like that. And then you start generating your thoughts, your mood, your creativity onto that. And then it starts translating into lyrics and then into orchestra and the music and finally your vocals, etc. And then you get a complete song. So you actually give a birth to a brand new thing every day or most of every day of your life, and you're creating some lovely music and songs. So that is gives you the ultimate thrill. It's like when you hear the song, finally you get, man, how have we done this? That's how it is.
Right, sir. And sir, I think I should salute for your like आप यहाँ आए, even आपकी family में इतना problem चल रहा है. I salute you and thank you so much for coming. So, sir, we would love to hear your story, like your journey in this field. I read that you took your music composition training from your father. So would you like to throw some light on how was your journey have been throughout, and most importantly, was there any inspiration or it was automatic? Like how was it? We would all love to hear your story.
You know, I think a lot of artistic qualities that a person generates, I mean, gets, is a lot to do with genetics also. I believe that. And I feel that most of the music that we actually got was in our genes because of our father, their forefathers, except they were all musically inclined. And like, I feel that there is the possibility that even if I had learned less or not learned at all, I would still be composing a song and doing things like that. Because if you know, frankly saying, though my father was a music director, we had a very, unfortunately, had no work in those years. As young people, we recollect that he had no work as a composer because people didn't want, there were a lot of competition. He was a simple kind of a person. He was not able to sell his music and things like that. So our parents, my mother basically did not want any of the children to be in music. Neither Annu, nor me, or nor Dabbu, or etc. All the children that are there. They just wanted us to be some officers or some bankers or things like that who could just generate some enough money to keep a house going. You know, that kind of attitude had developed. But unfortunately for my mom, we still got into the same business that the dad was not doing well at that particular stage of his life. And then Anu made a big name for himself. I went into doing live shows. Why I was interested in live show? Because I felt I should think musically in a different style. I should think of stages. I should think of dances. I should think of singers performing and actors performing. So I went into stage show business, and that is how my life journey started. And I've been doing stage shows from the year 19. Quite a while back, I think 80s, I think. I'm one of the first pioneers of setting up stage show business in the world, which again became events, and a million event companies opened and things like that. But in my case, it was just wanting to do a stage show. After each stage show, I used to wonder what next. And then you go and plan something else. Then you go and plan something else. And slowly, life took its thing, and I went ahead in life. And it was a difficult journey, but it was full of fun, music, and a lot of superstars and stars. You can name from Amitabh Bachchan down to Shah Rukh Khan and to all the younger lot. Everybody has worked with me on some show or the other. So it's a very long journey.
Long journey plus inspiring too, sir.
Yeah, it was good. You see, you keep on, the thing about life is that you have to find a track what you'd like to do, and then you have to keep on pegging at it. You know, slowly you meet a lot of opposition on the way. There are a lot of people who are getting into it. There are a lot of big finance companies getting into it. There are a lot of people who are going to change the way you think because they feel that they can get better hold because of their monies, and corporates get into it and so on. But then you have to face it and keep on working as an individual who wants to do his thing. And that's how I did. I just kept on doing my thing. And somewhere down the line, I reached a position in life where I had made ample to say that, okay, I have done quite well for myself that way. You know, that is the way.
And this feels so satisfying, sir, when you feel like I have done something of my own.
Yeah, it was a different business. In fact, if you create, this business was created by me. This whole thing of stage was created. They don't know anything about how dancers are choreographed, how actors are trained, how the people didn't understand anything. And I used to do all that. Today, everybody knows it. Spread over the years, people catch on. But the pioneer, the guy who sets the wheel rolling on the street, on the road, then it speeds up and it goes and goes and grows to a level that you can't believe it is. So it's a multi-dollar business today. Events have become so big today.
Right, sir. And those who don't know, sir has done more than 10,000 shows all around the globe. Sir, this is such a huge number.
Yeah, it's a huge.
Right. But sir, as we talk about the lockdown, the COVID, we are confined to these four walls. It's for our safety only, but you have been out like stage shows, live shows. So how have been your journey during this time?
In the last 2 years, the entertainment business has taken the severest of beatings, because the entertainment doesn't come as a priority to anybody in such a circumstance. It's a very difficult position for the entire film industry, for the entire entertainment industry, the stage industry. It's very difficult, and in such an atmosphere, for an artist to grow becomes very difficult. So we stuck indoors, we made our songs, we composed music, we did things like that. We didn't let it go. We just kept on doing our thing. And that is how we kept on doing our work. But if you talk about economics and talk about stage show business as such, I think 95% of the people have suffered a lot. Some few people must have got a lot of work, and some few shows must have happened, but the market has not opened up as such, even now.
But sir, it's so inspiring from you that even if the live shows have impacted, but how you come up on your Instagram, on your social media handle, and you interact with the audience, with your followers, and you come up with different songs. It has its own stories behind it, a storyline and everything. So it's so good to see. Like music, it's something that refreshes everyone.
Yeah, it does. It does. So we
Right.
did stuff on music on those days, and it was really fun.
And I want to tell the audience, if you have any question to ask from Abu Malik ji, you can drop in your question in the Q&A box, and you can ask live question directly from sir. So sir, my next question for you is: do you feel there is a change between your generation at the time when you started and now at this generation?
See,
in music industry.
Yeah, of course, the music has changed so drastically. From live musicians, we used to have live musicians playing and a song being recorded on 2 tracks, and now you have hundreds of tracks on, and they have huge computers recording music. The live musicians are nearly not there, and all the music is in the machines. And then you set up a song yourself. Previously, you had 100 people to set up a single song. Now it is not like that. A single person can set up 100 songs. I can just sit down and make songs. I must have made maybe 200 songs in this lockdown. I just kept on composing and making music. So that was possible only because the music structure has entirely changed. The whole setup had changed. It has become very different. So that is why it is today in a very different space. At the same time, the kind of music that people hear, the kind of music they want to hear, is something that reflects what the changes are. Like rap is there, there are hip hops, there are so many genres of music that has come, and people enjoy all those genres. Otherwise, pehle you just had those 4 big singers and those melodies, Bollywood songs, and the melody in a different manner, singing various songs that you remember, which you even till today you must be Mere Sapno Ki Rani Kab. All these songs are there in your mind. Chura liya hai tumne. All these songs are there, but what have these people, younger generation, done? They've given a lot of beat and remixes and styles and raps and whatnot. So give the same melody, because the melody is in your mind and your heart. So they just had to restructure it and present it to you. So I think there has been a lot of change, and you have to admire the change, because you have to appreciate the fact that the world is moving on.
Right. and it's so important to keep us updated. Right. So, sir, we talked about your life journey. Now, if you don't mind, we can talk about your BB journey, Big Boss House journey. How it's impacted your life? Has it changed something? Like, would you like to share your journey about
It did
Big Boss?
change a lot in my life because I didn't expect to be in first when I went in. I used to always complain that people know me less because I was always behind the scene. I was setting up big stage shows. I used to go out there. People used to know my name, but people never knew me. The more popular person in the house was always Malik, and he had the as a music director of Bollywood. He had made a big name for himself. But as an Abu Malik who did so many shows all over the world at Silver. But when I went to Big Boss, everybody knew me. And that was like, even we were there for 4 weeks, it was like everybody knew me. And that was one of the big reactions. But I feel that I did lose on to a bit because some things did happen after that where I feel somehow, I don't know why they happened, but things happen. And but I do say that it's been a very positive impact in my life, and I am very happy for the brief phase in my life that brought Big Boss inside.
Right, sir. So, I mean, going inside, we don't know what goes inside. We just see what shown to us. Like it, I think it's need a lot of mental stability to be inside the house. So, how you managed with so many 11, 12 contestants?
You see, the main is this house is basically a very stressed place to be in. First of all, when you get inside, you are locked away from the whole world. You have no phone, you have no contact with the outside world, you don't know what the time is, you don't know anything. You are inside. And once the gate closed, when the gate closed, and that's the first time I realized that I am locked in, you know. And then the stress levels are added on. There are two toilets, there are 14 people inside. Then there are, you know how it is, people have maybe same habits of going in the morning, and so you worry a lot about these stresses. Then the food is that dal, chawal, bhaji, shakkar, but basic food is there. You don't have the other foods, like you don't have biscuits, and you don't have breads, and you don't have cakes, and you don't have god knows cokes, and everything that you otherwise eat is not there. So all these build up a lot of stress on your mind over time. Then the games and what the Big Boss plays with you, and how the members have to interact with each other, and all these things add one by one into the whole structure, and that makes the going very tough. So you have to have a real strong to be inside, because you start missing out on a lot of things from outside. Your companions are not there. Your life, you're just alone out there.
That's I mean, it must be so difficult for everyone to manage inside the house. So next, so we are going to open this round for our live questions, and first I would like to invite Ananya Sharma. Ananya, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are very much.
Yes. Hello, sir. Nice to meet you. I'm Ananya Sharma from Assam.
Yeah, Ananya.
Yes, sir. Sir, and I wanted to ask you that how did you handle the ups and downs and everything that has gone in your whole career?
I didn't get you.
Yes,
Ananya,
yes.
can you please repeat your question?
Yes, sure. Sir, I want to ask that how do you face and handle the ups and downs that had
Ananya,
How do I
so I'll come up with a question. Her question is, how did you handle and face ups and downs that happened in your whole career?
Ananya, in the journey of life is always full of ups and downs, because you can't get happiness if you've not seen the other side. You can, when you work very hard towards something, you see setbacks and you see failures, you cry also. So everything is a normal procedure in life. You have to start accepting the good and the bad and the sad and the happy, all things. That is what the life journey. At any given time, you get into those emotions and those feels and those hurts that happen. But then you have to keep on going. You have to keep on going, following your your target. And I had this, since I came from a family in which I felt that I was not earning enough and family didn't have the economics in place, my target was always the economics of setting up the economics. So my targets were very clear. If your targets are trying to build up a career where you have to make money and keep it for your family and make the family grow, so it was like a very emotionless target as such. So I wouldn't pay much attention on the emotion quotient of my existence. I should just overlook it as long as I am generating a kind of a success for the work I do. So if I am generating success, that used to cover everything else. That means on the journey to achieve that success, whatever came in my way, I would be able to bear, because at the end of it, I was going to get something, and that made my life very simple. As a man, things are different for as compared to maybe a woman would look at things like that. And in my space, I was just looking at trying to get my family out of the kind of troubles we were facing. So that made my journey, and you have to face everything. There's nothing that comes freely and easily available. There are no free lunches and dinners in this world. Everything you have to pay for some way or the other.
Thank you so much, sir. How well you answered this question. It was so motivating. Like and we have so many students in this webinar, and I think it's so important for them to clear things up, like what they have to achieve, what are their career choices they have to make. Thank you so much, sir, for answering so well. I mean, you must have faced so many ups and downs, coming from people with Anu Malik sir, and so many other. Your father was in music industry, and so it must be so difficult for you to manage such things. Thank you so much. I'll take up the next question from Niharika Kakkar. Please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi.
So, will you please sing थोड़ा सा मतलब चुरा लिया तुमने जो दिल को, because I'm a great 1980 song fan.
That song of Zinat Aman.
Yes, sir.
चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को, नजर नहीं चुराना सनम, बदल के मेरी तुम जिंदगानी, कहीं बदल न जाना सनम, हो ले लिया दिल, आए मेरा दिल, आए दिल लेकर मुझको न तरसाना, चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को, नजर नहीं चुराना सनम. That's okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You have such an amazing voice.
Thank you.
Niharika, do you have any question to ask? But thank you so much that you come up with such questions. Do you have
No, ma'am.
any other question to ask, Niharika?
No, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. So thank you so much, Niharika. Yeah, this was such a lovely question you have asked from sir. And thank you from our behalf also. Now I would like to call Aditi Gupta for next question. Aditi?
Hello, sir. I'm Aditi Gupta. I'm a student. So
Yeah.
I want to know that you have such a great success story. So have you ever made a song that is based on a real life or story?
I tell you about success. Success is a very relative term, to say that you have a great success story and things like that. Because I think everybody is a success at their level at what they are doing, Everybody, you are a great success at this stage. You'll be a greater success as you grow up and you'll keep on achieving your dreams, etc. So you are never actually at a point where you think that you have done wonders, So that success word is relative, very relative term. And as far as making songs are concerned, I have made a lot of songs on various things. I had this song which I wrote, Ignite, we have the power to ignite. This is the only way of life. We have the power to ignite. Ignite means it was, I just said that we have so much in us that we can actually ignite ourselves into whatever we want to become. And that reflects a lot about my mood and my mind. But again, I tell you, at every given stage of your life, you are a winner. At the same time, you face a lot of these things that come up in your journey, which you have to face, which may make you feel, "Arey, ye kya ho gaya? Ab kya hoga iske aage?" No, everything is going to change as time comes. It's going to change. So that's how it's going to be.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. With every answer, I am myself feeling so motivated, and thank you so much. So next up question is from Aishwarya Pandey. Aishwarya, you can ask up your question. Hello, Aishwarya. Please unmute yourself. Hello, Aishwarya. Can you hear me? Okay, I think there must be some network issue. So her question is, what was the best moment of your career so far?
I think if you talk about, I think when I walked in with Salman Khan, when we were getting into Big Boss, that was a very big moment in my life because I never expected it, number one. Though Salman has always been a friend of mine for a very long time in my life, but I had never approached him for anything and we never thought we'd work together. So when we just met after so many years on the stage and we hugged each other and he remembered so many shows that I'd done with him, I think that was a very good moment of my life. And I recalled that why I didn't go and meet him. But I used to feel that I told him, you are so busy all the time. If I have one more visitor coming on to meet you, it's like disturbing your workspace. I explained these things to him. But he said, it doesn't matter. You can still be there. You can be around when you're free. Just be hello, hi to me. I said, okay, in future, this will not happen. And that's how it has been.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing this experience. I think ये हमारा हर friend के साथ भी होता है, हर colleague के साथ भी होता है कि अब तो स्पेशली लॉकडाउन के बाद होगा कि कितने फ्रेंड्स के साथ, कितने कलीग्स के साथ हम मिलेंगे और वो मोमेंट कितना स्पेशल हो जाता है.
Don't mind, I told you I have this great problem of my mom in the hospital where so it's already crossed 4:30. I have to call off. Please forgive me. I would have longer, but symptoms are very severe and I'm fighting.
No issues, sir. आप यहाँ पर आए इतनी प्रॉब्लम होने के बाद भी we feel so honored. This shows how humble you are towards your. I think there must be so many fans, your viewers, and so many of us are watching from social media handles. So thank you so much, and once again we wish her speedy recovery. May she get well soon, and thank you so much, sir, for joining. It was an honor.
But we'll do it some other day. Okay, bye.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much. And if any of your question is unanswered, you can ask your question by putting webinar hashtag webinar by Sharp, and we will try to get the answer from Abu Malik ji, sir. Okay, so okay, now it's time for some gala event and make the celebration of our 50th webinar more interesting, more amazing, and more joyful. And also you have showed so much love to our webinar today and all the webinars that we have organized a live musical event. And without taking much of your time, I would like to invite our first singer, Harsha Iyer. He started singing music and playing guitar from a very young age. He himself has written, sung, performed, produced, and promoted so many songs. Currently, he is working as an assistant music director in the film industry with the music director of Telugu film Arjun Reddy and Kabir Singh as well, while also being a partner into his parents' company as well. So, Harsha Iyer, can we have you on stage? We were so waiting for this moment. Hi, welcome to our webinar.
Hello, ma'am. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you and I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. That was a beautiful conversation, and I just loved all the answers sir was giving as well. All the questions that was very insightful and very interesting.
Thank you so much. And now we are eagerly waiting for you to perform for us at our 50th webinar celebration. So over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. I just want to first off say I think it's such a beautiful initiative for all the young people out there who are sort of watching this. Please do prioritize your mental health and wellness, because that is what is ultimately sort of bringing the inner peace and happiness to us. And as Abu Malik ji was also talking about, we are conditioned in many ways to go and seek this externally in many ways. So it's good to sort of bring it back to the internal harmony and balance. So the first song I'm going to be singing for you guys is about this subject. And it's a song I've written called as Spring or Fall. And it is about young people in their 20s and 30s who are sort of figuring out their life and trying to find their place in the world, and trying to understand what it is that they want to do that will make them happy. A lot of young people are stressed out, working at jobs they don't like. They're starting to quit if they don't really enjoy it anymore. They're trying to see what is it that makes them happy. They're trying what the world has told them to do by the success metric externally, and they're finding that it's not working for them. So people who are experiencing anxiety, depression, people who are going through this low time within themselves and having to bring themselves back from this state of negativity or this dark abyss of their mind to a state of positivity and fight back for themselves, so to be their authentic self. So this song is about that. Don't want a typical life. The days they go by. Now the excitement turns into fright. We were so happy and young, like we just begun. To us belong the night. I'm filled with anxiety, restless angels beside me, with lightning in their arms. We said we'd change the world someday, but the glitter begins to fade when the haze has ascended. I can't tell if it's spring or fall. I've got to get myself together. I don't know what I want. Moving through a new adventure. People exist between the past and the future, waiting to be saved. Now your dreams are nowhere inside, I'm sure. You've been stuck in a bad place. This world is so grand, I see, but I've been tossing in my sleep. Oh, I'm aware something's wrong with me. living in this loop where promises turn to dust. I'm still the wreck I used to be. I can't tell if it's spring or fall. I've got to get myself together. I don't know what I want. Moving through a new adventure. I can't tell, I can't tell if it's spring or fall. Oh no, it's just a new adventure. Thank you, guys. That was the first song. That was called Spring or Fall. And yeah, it's for all the people out there who are going through a rough time. And, you know, please understand that you are not all alone, and do seek therapeutic help from friends, family, or professionals if you can. If you're ever going through depression or anxiety, and there's no shame in that. And please do be open about it and speak about it, and share to your friends and others, and it will probably be more easy to go through it than when you bottle it up and keep it to yourself. So that's a song called Spring or Fall, and it's gonna be released with a music video in the coming days on YouTube as well under my name, Harsha Iyer. So do watch out for it. It's up there on SoundCloud as well. So with that, is it okay if I move on to the second song?
Yes, yeah, yes, please, Harsha. It was such a lovely to hear you and how you have a backup story behind all these songs, and you can see the chat box as well. Please
Right.
go ahead with your second song.
Thank you. So the second song I'm going to be singing for you guys is a song that I've written called Saturday Night. And now this is a song about growing up and turning into an adult and coming to realize that life is not the same as when you were a child or when you were a teenager or a kid. And it has now become significantly more complicated. And you sometimes look back at your school years and you're nostalgic for that time when it felt very simple and easy with your friends, and just overall you just going through life without overtly getting bogged down by it. So when you're as you're growing up, we talk a lot of times about romantic love breaking up, but we don't talk enough about friendships sort of breaking away. So this is about when you're sort of in your mid 20s, late 20s, or even in your early 20s. Sometimes your friendships either fall away, or one of your close friends who you've hung out for many years with, they've moved to another country, or you've lost touch with some of them for whatever reason. Sometimes friendships as well come to an end. And so that can be sad at times. It can be lonely for many people. It's a vulnerable period for many people who are so used to being around their friends for a while, going to parties, or in their early time, spending all their time together and growing up together. And now when you are no longer around those same bunch of friends sometimes. So this is about the letting go of some of your friendships and having to move through that. And you know, when you're younger, on Saturday nights or Saturdays or Sundays, you are looking forward to the weekend to go and spend with your friends. And even after you start working, you're working 5 days a week, and it's on a Saturday night that you get to unwind and go and, you know, chill out a little bit and hang out with your friends. But after a while, sometimes that stops. significantly, and you might be actually spending your time alone on Saturday nights without anybody. And especially during the lockdown as well, a lot of people had to spend it in isolation by themselves alone. And so it's about that facing that loneliness of oneself. And mental health awareness really does bring to the fore what are we going through really when we're all alone in a room by ourselves and we don't have people surrounding us all the time. So we're not able to numb our pain out in anything, and that can be a little difficult. So it is trying to come to a state of peace and being okay with your own company sometimes. So this is about that, and it's called Saturday Night. I'm driving by myself through the traffic lights. I'm blinded by the blurring lines of wrong and right. I'm flying by myself through the neon skies. I see the gods ready to roll the dice. Wish I was back in high school when I had nothing to figure out. I try to pretend there's nothing wrong. Where have all the good times gone? Getting swept away in the dreams of last year. Staying home alone on the weekends, don't we all fear? Sitting by the window, waiting for an invitation. It's one of those Saturday nights with nobody to call. There used to be a time when I had it all. It's one of those Saturday nights with nobody to call. There used to be a time when I had it all. When I'm alone at home, I feel down. I feel alone when I'm out in a crowd. The dance floor was my holy ground, but what's the dance floor without your friends around? Oh, winter's coming on. I'll just have to hide in my bedroom. It's one of those Saturday nights with nobody to call. There used to be a time when I had it all. It's one of those Saturday nights with nobody to call. There used to be a time when I had it all. Thank you, guys. That's a song called Saturday Night. And yeah, again, know that you're not alone if you're going through these kinds of feelings. Everybody does at some point. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Harsha. It was such, mesmerizing and so soothing to our ears to hear you. And everyone is saying hats off to you. Very good one. What an amazing voice. Great and lovely. So many feedback you can see in the chat box. And truly, it was such an amazing experience to have you on floor on our Golden Jubilee celebration. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
ma'am. Can I play a last 1 minute of a small piece
Yeah, definitely. Please go ahead.
and finish with that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, I just wanted to say again, it's just lovely that there's platforms like these over here, or in Clubhouse and other places nowadays, where people are sort of bringing together a small little community and just talking about mental health awareness and talking about the inner journey as well, which is so important and so key. Practices just like sitting down in silence, meditation, all these little things, taking care of your physical health, mental health, everything. Please do read up about it, guys, and it will give you a lot of understanding about your own self. And when the world feels uncertain and everything seems to come crashing down sometimes, the coping mechanisms within ourselves in a healthy way is what is required for us, because the external world is always in a state of change and in a state of fluctuation. It's not completely stable. It's not completely in the control of our hands. It's subject to too many uncontrolled factors. So yes, please do be a part of these kind of conversations, listen in. And there's just so much good information out there right now on YouTube, on Google, on the social media platforms like Clubhouse and Zoom calls and other places. So please do be a part of it. So the last song I'm going to be singing is a song called Love is Blind. And this is a song that I've written based on friends of mine who started dating and were together for over 7-8 years as a couple in a relationship before they finally got married, etc. In today's world, like, relationships are one more thing which are sometimes not feeling very solid, and the ground is always shaky, and 2-3 years, 5 years, 7 years together seems to be like a long time. So for a long-term marriage and a long-term relationship, I think it's so important that both people understand each other and their mental well-being as well, being supported by one another, especially when one is in a downtime or the other one is in a rough time. So, it is perhaps one of the most important relationships you'll have in your life with your partner and in a marriage or a relationship. Standing by one another through thick and thin, through the ups and downs, and forgiveness, compassion, understanding, empathy, kindness. These are all things that will go a long way. So this song is about that. It's called Love is Blind. It's about staying through everything. Will you be the one to stand beside me when morning breaks? Will you be the one to stand beside me when daylight fades? Or will you tend to my broken wings when I have lost the will to fly? Will you be the raindrop that falls on my head when I look up to greet the sky? Love is blind. Are you an angel in disguise? If oceans divide us, we'd still be a true love of mine. Ah, ah, ooh, ooh, love is blind. Are you an angel in disguise? If oceans divide us, you'd still be a true love of mine. Ooh, ooh. So that's a song called Love is Blind. You guys can check it out on YouTube because I've just put out the music video to this song just last night. My name is Harsha Iyer, Harsha-Iyer. Love is Blind is the song's name. Do check it out on YouTube. Do share, subscribe to your friends as well if you like the music, guys. And follow me on Clubhouse. I'm doing a lot of live performances over there. So yeah, please do check it out. This recent song, Love is Blind, Harsha Iyer on YouTube. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Do watch out for more songs coming your way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harsha. It was lovely having you here on show. And
Thank you.
definitely we are going to watch your songs and upcoming songs as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you so much. Now, before moving on to our next singer, it gives me an immense pleasure and pride to announce that Sharp NGO is launching its own innovative app on maternal and child care. It's easily accessible to all the Android users. Now, the mothers can easily track their health and their child health status, and child weight can be easily checked, their height and everything can be checked in one app only. The pregnant mother's health, their condition can be accessed and help to improve their condition, their current condition. It also have IFA, that is iron folic acid tablet tracker in it, where you can track your medicine status and when to go next in that same app only. And the most interesting thing is that app is available in 3 different languages: English, Hindi, and Punjabi. And also it gives you so many videos starting from the newborn to adolescent health to pregnant lady to lactation to maternal health and so many other videos as well. And most importantly, a 24-hour IVRS hotline support is there for you for your mental health and any other support you want from us. And here's a short video on about our app. And for downloading it, the name of the app is Nutri-Shaam. It's easily available on Android Play Store, and you can also find the link in the chat box. The name is Nutri-Shaam. So can we have the video? now you can access your health, your child health, anywhere, anytime through our app, and the app name is Nutri-Shaam. You can keep track of your medicines, you can gain knowledge, you can be more aware, and it's available in 3 different languages. So whatever language you are comfortable in, you can use in that language. So the link for downloading the app you will find in the chat box. Now I invite Ayaat Rai, who will be performing live again for all of you here. So Ayaat, I hope you are ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
But Ayaat, I cannot see you.
As I already mentioned that I couldn't be able to attend this event by visually, so I'm really sorry for that.
No issues, no issues. Yeah, the stage is all yours. Thank you.
Okay. So first of all, it was very a pleasure to listen the convo with Abu Malik sir, and had a great opportunity to have listened to such talks. And Harsha Iyer brother, he is a very good composer, producer, as well as singing. And so please do subscribe his channel, and please support him. So without wasting my time, I'm very bad at convo, so I will be talking very less. Okay, so the first song is from Vishal Mishra, and it's Teri Ho Gaiya. Hope you all will like it. कैसा प्यार तू जताए, कैसा प्यार तू जताए, कैसे पास मेरे आए, मैं निभाऊं तेरे दिल की ये चोरियां, मैं तेरी हो गईया, हाँ हो, मैं तेरी हो गईया, हाँ हो, मैं तेरी हो गईया। सावन भी तो जाए पिहरवा, सावन भी तो जाए पिहरवा, मन मेरा घबराए, मन मेरा घबराए, सो गए परदेस पिया तुम, ऐसो गए परदेस पिया तुम, चैन हमें नहीं आए, चैन हमें नहीं आए, मोरा सैया मुँह से बोले ना, मोरा सैया मुँह से बोले ना, मैं लाख जतन कर हारी, लाख जतन कर हार रही, मोरा सैया मुँह से बोले ना, मोरा सैया मुँह से बोले ना, 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 Thank you a lot. So should I go for next song?
Yes, definitely you can carry on.
So next song is very closest to my heart, and it's very loving song. एहसास की जो जुबान बन गए, दिल में मेरे मेहमान बन गए। एहसास की जो जुबान बन गए, दिल में मेरे मेहमान बन गए। आपकी तारीफ में क्या कहे, आप हमारी जान बन गए, आप हमारी जान बन गए। किस्मत से हमें आप हमदम मिल गए, जैसे कि दुआ को अल्फाज मिल गए। सोचा जो नहीं वो हासिल हो गया, चाहूं और क्या दे खुदा दे अब मुझे, रब से मिला एक अयात बन गए, ख्वाबों का मेरे मकान बन गए। आपकी तारीफ में क्या कहे, आप हमारी जान बन गए, आप हमारी जान बन गए। Thank you. So this will be my last song. मूड बन करदा मेरा लेके जावे मौन मैनू, तेरा पप जीना खत्म होवे करदा इग्नोर मैनू, क्यूट जिया फेस दा हाल की हो गया मेरा तेरे करके, आज चल व्याह कर भईए लॉकडाउन विच कट होने खर्चे, ले दो छल्ला छल्ला डायमंड दा छल्ला ले दो, हां जी दिल मेरा मेरा कर दे तेरे एक टका बस मेरा चंदा ना जी ले दो छल्ला छल्ला डायमंदा छल्ला ले दो हंसी दिल मेरा कर दे तेरे एक टका बस मेरा चंदा ना जी ना na 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 ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਕੱਟਿਆ ਵੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਲ ਵੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਤਲੇ ਜਾ ਕਰ ਤੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਪਿੰਗ ਮਾਲ ਵੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਦਿਆ ਸਭ ਪਾਰਲਰ ਸਜਦਿਆ ਰਹਿੰਦਿਆ ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਲਾਈਟ ਕਰਾ ਦੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਾਲੇ ਵਾਲ ਵੇ ਵੇ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਸਜਾ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਸਾਰੇ ਸੂਟ ਪਰਾਣਿਆ ਹਾਏ ਪਰਾਣਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲਹਿੰਗਾ ਲੈ ਤੇ ਮਹਿੰਗਾ ਜਾ ਮਰ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਐਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੱਸ ਤੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲਹਿੰਗਾ ਲੈ ਤੇ ਮਹਿੰਗਾ ਜਾ ਮਰ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਐਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੱਸ ਤੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਵੇ ਮਰ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਵੇ ਮਰ ਜਾਣਿਆ Thank you. Sorry for interrupt. The song Ashia, I have a request called song Ashia, but I am really sorry that I haven't heard this song before. So मुझे जितना पता है मैं उतना गा देता हूँ.
Sure, no problem.
Ashia, it's a very lovely song. I just heard one time, I think so. Asha कुछ पाने की हो आस पास कोई दिलमा हो जो खास खास आशा कुछ पाने की हो आस आस कोई अरमानो जस खास आशा हर कोशिश में हो आर पार कर दरियाओं को आर पार आशा तूफानों को चीर के मंजिलों को छीन ले तूफानों को चीर के मंजिलों को छीन ले आशाएं खिले दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी आशाएं खिले दिल की उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी हो Thank you.
Thank you, Ayaat. Thank you so much. You didn't know about this song, but you sang so well. And this was for our audience कि अब मुश्किल कुछ भी नहीं अगर हमारे पास आशा है एक होप है तो we can achieve anything. So thank you so much, Ayaat. It was wonderful. I mean, बहुत ही अच्छा लगा आपको सुन के, बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत मजा आया और थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग। एंड काफी मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं कि अयात जी ऑन कैमरा नहीं आए, बट इट्स totally fine. Thank you so much once again for being
Two partner mask. There's an entire direction of how to put a double mask, like what the layering process is. If you're putting an N95 mask, then you are supposed to put what.
So it's really important to do some kind of exercise in your life.
I'm so sorry, Ayaat.
It doesn't happen in a day. It's going to take, like if you keep pushing the same direction over and over again, eventually it will happen, but it will take some time. Especially the infrastructure also, it's been improved.
Hello, Ayaat, can you hear me now? Hello, Ayaat, are you there? Okay. Thank you so much, Ayaat. Thank you so much, Harsha, for being a part of our Golden Jubilee webinar. Thank you once again. And we would like to extend a huge thank you to all our audience present today who have been part of our webinar from the beginning till today, or who have joined for the first time, and other thousands of people watching us from different platforms. It's because of you that we were able to successfully complete 50 webinars, spreading knowledge, awareness, some laugh, some mental health talk, and we hope to continue do so. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. And now it's time to announce the winner of the sharpest question of the day. And the winner is, just give me a second. The winner is Swati and Aditi Gupta. Congratulations. Somebody from the communication team will contact you shortly and give you your gift voucher worth ₹500 from our sponsor Srinari. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming up with such questions. And today, as it's our 50th webinar, no one is leaving empty-handed from this webinar. All of our participants, our panelists, our speakers, our attendees will get a discount code from Sinora, and that will be emailed to you with your e-certificates. So no one is going empty-handed today. You will get a unique discount coupon on your mail ID that can be used once on Sinora. And thank you so much once again for being part of our webinar family. And now we have a small feedback form on your screen. Fill the feedback. Can we have the feedback form? Yes. So we have a small feedback form on your screen, and if any of your question is unanswered, post it #webinar on our social media handle, and we will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Also, you will get your participation e-certificates in your mail within 2 days. So kindly check your spam box as well. And for further updates on our work on our webinar, please subscribe to our website www.schoolindia.org.in. Sharp NGO also conducts mental health awareness session for School India, that too Pan India, and we aim to normalize mental health among students and create a forum where individuals can openly discuss about their problems. And to register your school, you can visit www.schoolindia.org. Also, here's an appreciation board from our lovely audience, our lovely viewers. You can also write any of your experience, any of your learning, or anything you would like us to inculcate in the webinars in the chat box, for Sharp Webinars. And thank you so much once again to all the audience, to all the speaker panelists and my team, as this was our 50th webinar celebration, and I wish, and we all wish, that we achieve more and more webinars. Thank you so much everyone once again. I hope you all enjoyed and have a lovely evening. Thank you.